Plays left to Campbell. Campbell on the outside and try time to the skipper. Tyler Campbell. Cut pass out to Stowers. Right foot, left foot, try. Reed Stowers in full flight. Inside to Campbell. Tyler Campbell.
Media Vintage Sports Network presents Play-by-Play podcast with Jordan Hughes.
Alrighty, welcome in to another episode of Play-by-Play Rugby, and after a few short days, the Bledisloe is gone once again. But we came close this time, and to break it all down, Jordan Hughes, Reed Stowers, Tyler Campbell alongside. Boys, we'll talk about it from the get-go. The Bledisloe Cup is your way once again, but we pushed you a little bit.
Honestly, at the start of that game, I was like, laters.
Yeah.
It just did not look good at all for the Wallabies, but they fought back and made it a respectable scoreline.
We'll do a bit of a deep dive, but initial thoughts overall?
Even though we won, I was still disappointed.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you watch the first bit, you're like, yeah, and I kind of clocked out a bit because we were having a couple beers and a bit of a party going on around me.
Yeah.
And then, you know, full credit to the Wallabies fighting back, but it's a weekly occurrence where we're not doing well in second halves. Like Argentina, the first game, they come back and beat us in the second half. The second game, we didn't even score a try. South Africa, both games, we were poor in the second half, and then we're poor again in the second half here.
Yeah, so we'll break it down. So full-time score was 31-28 to the ABs. Let's talk about that first half, boys. It was 21-0 after 15 minutes. Jordan, Ioane, Clark, just Australian drop ball, the defence, the space was everywhere. Oh. Thoughts on that opening 40, firstly?
It just looked like there was no comms on defence. Like, whatever the All Blacks wanted to do, they were just finding holes, like you said, wherever they wanted to. Like that Will Jordan one.
Yeah, like what?
He just straight through, eh?
The All Black tries, they almost come like they were soft tries.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't think they'd really worked 5 to 15 phases to score it. They were kind of splitting them off really simple things. Mm-hmm. You look at the Caleb Clark one, he runs onto it, gets an offload to Satiti, and then Cortez picks it up from the ruck, and it looked like the man had spiders on him, like no one would touch him, and he slipped through it. Actually, Cortez was probably my man of the match. Like, he was outstanding.
Yeah. He was unreal, eh? His hit.
On
his defence.
Like, just as all-round play, he got that try disallowed. It was a forward pass. I'm not going to sit here and dispute that. But I think that was sort of summed up the All Blacks. They blew a lot of opportunities to blow that game out as well, though. It wasn't forced in any way. Like, the Damien pass, like, that's a pretty high pass. Like, great effort from Valentini. But you look at the one where D-Mac tried to flick it. Yeah. Artie being held up. A couple of errors after a break they made. Like, they had the Wallabies on the ropes. They're just not being clinical,
yeah.
Like, and we're used to the All Blacks being so clinical that it's starting to affect our gameplay a little bit.
If I slow you down just a little bit, we sort of work through it. I guess Australia was just forcing passes as well in that first half. For you guys in that situation, they would have been up for the game the first half. They knew they had to start well. Why does that happen? Why were they on skillets? Why their defensive shape was all out of sorts?
I don't think they were forcing passes like
that's
people call it forcing passes. When it was just the pressure was making the pass back.
Defensive pressure.
And a lot of it wasn't the passer's fault. Like, you look at the one where Sevu picked up and gave to Artie.
Yeah.
Noah's flicked that on, but both his runners that were meant to give him a block line had overrun the fella before he caught it. So when he threw out the back to Noah, the space was on, so Noah's tried to go quickly, but he's had so much pressure put on him because the guys in front of him didn't do their role. And that was like a common thing, that the guys going at the back were getting swarmed on because the guys up the front weren't doing what they were meant to do. They were just being lazy and sort of stitching up their backdoor player.
Yeah, and you could say the same on defence as well. Like, people missing their roles, and it just leaves a wide open gap on the inside of that player who's doing the things that he's meant to be doing.
We did find a way back. McWright scored that try, which was a bit of a beauty on the inside. So then you guys got disallowed that try right at halftime. That was a pivotal moment, I reckon. If you guys scored that try,
I think it just keeps going.
Was that one? That was the knock on, eh?
From Sevu, like a few plays before.
I kind of looked at it, like I'd walked out after that try thinking it was halftime. And I looked at it on the 20-minute thing, and I couldn't really see what actually happened for it to be.
It was Sevu dropped a few phases back.
Was it a drop?
Yeah, dropped.
Because I think a lot of people say it wasn't. Like, hand on heart.
I think it was right call. Yeah, he dropped it. But it's annoying how you got to go so far back.
I think that's bad.
I hate that.
With rugby union, if you go back that many phases, you could look at a ruck and you could find a knock on almost in every single ruck.
Yeah, find some hands in there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely.
And it's like, how many times do people knock it on, and then if you don't score, we don't go back?
Facts. Yeah.
Like, you can't. There's so much.
I agree.
Going on at the moment, and it was like Lenny Ikitau's try. Like, that one's understandable because that was blatant knock on in the first phase, the phase that was scored. Like, and I don't mind the TMO checking that, but to go back 5 phases where there's so much discrepancy in how
You got to check
how that
off
works.
every single thing leading up.
I thought the
for
rule was
last
5 phases,
Mm.
but it feels like we're going back further now.
Sometimes we go back ages, but
Yeah.
so it was 28-14 at half time in the end. Then the Wallabies different beast in that second half. They came out with a bit of intensity, and as you mentioned, New Zealand scored 3 points in 40 minutes, and that's 5 games in a row where they haven't scored a point in the final 20. We're talking the Wallabies first. Obviously, what do you make of their attack and their fight back?
I didn't think it was that good of a fight back.
Mm.
I know everyone's raving, oh, they did so well.
Yeah.
It'd come off them getting a compound of errors, and their 2 tries come off the back of 2 yellow
Couple
cards at
yellow
the same
cards.
time.
Yeah.
Like, they scored the last one, but that was after continued pressure.
Yeah.
I don't think they really worked too hard for their tries, but at the same time, credit for them sticking in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that was a big thing. They didn't let the game get away from them, and they scrambled well, and probably those tries that were disallowed by the All Blacks.
Well, you guys had 3.
3, yeah. That's what I mean. Those 3 that were disallowed kind of kept them in it a little bit, but the only reason they disallowed is because the Wallabies were scrapping and fighting to the end of that sort of play, not letting it sort of blow out on them, if that makes sense, because they could have been a lot easier walk-in tries if the Wallabies weren't giving that effort.
It's so easy to fall out of games like that as well
Yeah.
when the momentum seems like everything's going against you. Yeah, but yeah, the way that they fought back, and I think, like Tyler said, like the All Blacks just aren't clinical anymore. Like it's
different teams, isn't it?
it's like that's a memory now of the All Blacks being like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big news off the block, though. The GOAT's in there. He's been called in today.
Who?
Wayne Smith.
As in replacing McDonald.
No, as in he's come into the All Black camp to be a coach.
Oh, real?
Yeah,
Announced
right.
about 2 hours ago. You saw it.
Interesting.
Come on, mate. I got you there.
Bit of consultant or what's
Yeah,
the answer?
I don't know if it's consultant or coaching. I didn't get to read the article.
That works. That
But
helps you
him
guys.
coming in and with his record with New Zealand rugby teams, look what he did with the Black Ferns to turn them around to win a World Cup.
Calm things down a little bit.
Maybe calm things down and sort of get their attack flowing a little bit crisper. Because I think the talent's there. We're just not firing on all cylinders yet.
Yeah, for me, that 75th minute mark when Jeremy Williams picked and drive and he got picked off straight away. If we score there, 5 to play, maybe we're talking a different story because
Oh yeah, definitely,
like
definitely.
they left their run too late. They scored in the 78th minute and then they tried to go again and it was all too late. But yeah,
They would have found a way to lose.
yeah, you're
Let's
right.
be honest.
Yeah. But I was
They'd kill his dreams. He's a Wallabies fan.
Yeah.
He's trying to.
But I was excited. I was
Yeah.
off my feet. 68,000 people there, like in competing with NRL and AFL on that.
It's
same
good
weekend.
that it's competitive.
Yeah,
Again,
we need that.
100%.
You guys, I would agree. We-
100%.
Yeah,
At the start, though,
I was like, oh my god.
yeah, that was not looking good.
Yeah. Well, now let's talk about New Zealand's attack. Obviously, that stat they struggled to score in that last 20. Why? What's going on?
It comes back down to being clinical. We're making little errors. We're forcing things. Passes that used to sort of stick for us aren't sticking. And
Even isolating ourselves
Yeah.
so much.
I don't want to run down a few of the old heads that have given a lot to the All Black jersey, but I feel like we need some fresher blood in there. And I would like to see that this weekend with with a dead rubber means nothing. Like, because I feel like the young guys that have come in have been our best players on the field.
Well,
Just talked
TT's
about
been
Cortez.
unreal.
When you're saying that, are you
Satiti.
referring to your Sam Canes? Who are you talking about?
I don't know who wears that 7 jersey of Sam Cane. If Ethan Blackadder's back, then yeah, he comes in. I don't think Artie's been the Artie of old. I don't think it's been his best year, but he still obviously deserves to be there.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at is it time to give Harry Plummer a go at 10?
Yeah.
So I don't think Bodie's been good in this campaign.
Yeah.
I think Xavier will take a little bit more time to get going. I think when players go to Japan, they don't come back the same because it's not as physical over there and they struggle to adapt to Test rugby straight away.
Yep.
Seen it with Retallick a couple of years ago. But I just feel like a lot of these old heads aren't giving us what they used to. Even Scott Barrett, like what he gave us 12 months ago to now is a big difference. And I know he missed a lot of rugby this year. I just think like a Sam Darry was outstanding in his one start. Maybe we give him a bit
Think
more
I'm
game
talent.
time.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
think,
know.
though, the thing with Artie, though, is when the game is in the balance, you see him at every single ruck.
Well, when he held up Paisami.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's
that was-
always looking, like, when the game's in the balance, he is following every single ruck, trying to be that player that's going to make the play to win the All Blacks a game. And you saw it last year as well in the World Cup. He's doing the same things.
What do you think about Wallace Tita going to 8, Sevilla to 7, and then bring in
Blackadder to 6.
yeah, like
That's our back row. I don't think it matters where those three play.
Yeah.
and then
they're-
push Sam Cane to the bench or not at all?
Yeah, Sam Cane probably the bench. I still don't think there's any other loose forward that's better than him at the moment. But I think we've got to sort out our bench too.
Yeah.
We don't seem to be getting impact
Well,
in
that's
that
where the
last
problem
20
is, isn't
from
it?
the bench either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the fix is. There's a reason I'm not an All Black coach, to be honest. But there just seems everyone's got their opinion online. Everyone likes being a couch coach. So it'd just be interesting to see how the All Blacks go moving forward. But I'd like to see more younger guys get game time and do what South Africa's doing at the moment.
I think it's the hardest time for someone to be on the bench as an All Black at the moment, because back in the day you would be coming on to like a steady, even if the game sort of seemed out of balance, you're coming on to a steady thing, knowing all you have to do is your job and
Make your experience all around you.
yeah, exactly. And I feel like now they're coming on and they're like, I've got to make something happen, eh? And it looks like that. When the bench comes on, it starts getting a bit more frantic.
They freak out a bit. So I guess New Zealand, they won the game. Well done. What do you think the overall takeaway from them is the headspace heading to this week? Are they happy? Are they disappointed?
I think, definitely, yeah.
It's cool to have the trophy, but
Yeah.
you don't become a strong rugby nation that New Zealand is by not having higher standards.
Yeah.
And I don't think they'll be happy with that performance. The fans aren't happy with that performance. Seeing the last 20 fold like that. If you go read any comment section, people are running the team down, which is not ideal. I'd rather people stay off social media, have your opinion, but you don't have to post it every 2 days. But, I don't know. I just feel like we need to give some other talent a go.
Yeah.
Like, I think TJ's been awful off the bench for us, to be fair. I know that's your Hurricane man, but he slows down our whole game. He's not quick to the ruck anymore. He's been a legend and been one of the best All Blacks. But it's like...
Do you reckon Artima could be the main man moving forward?
I think so.
Until Roigard's back.
Okay,
We forget how good Roigard is when he actually plays. But he'll be on the India tour, and those are your two guys. And I think that's a big difference, having a halfback combo where you have two good nines that are in form, that are young, that are fit, that can play a quick game.
I think the Wallabies are trending in the right direction, though.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's talk about the Wallabies. How are they feeling after this game? I think Joe Schmidt is doing a good job.
Yeah, I think, honestly, they would be happy with how they stuck in the game. I think they would be very disappointed with the start, and I think that's going to be a main focus this week.
Yeah. James Slipper, 140 too, will show his love there. It's a hell of a
100%.
highest cap Wallaby ever. He's in the front row. Like, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, a front row being the highest cap, that's tough as, eh?
Think of the amount of scrums he's done in his life. It's ridiculous. And he's a good Bond. He's a Bondy. Quick claim.
He's got something going for us.
Yeah, there we go. How good. Let's talk about, I guess, the injury front to Geordie Barrett. It was in a knee brace after the game. He's doubtful for this week. What are you thinking 12-wise if he's out?
Leonard Brown.
Yeah, Tavilio and Leonard Brown, they're only genuine 12s we have. But I'd be going, Leonard Brown. For me, would be the one I think they'll push into it.
And then let's talk about D-Mac. What'd you make of him? Obviously, we have this chat regularly, but it seems to be a rolling issue, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's just so hard for him as well. Like I said, they look so frantic at the moment. Like, he can't just come in and pop out whenever he wants to. It looks like he's also trying to make massive plays. And as an All Black 10, we haven't really had someone that's been like that, like Richie Mwanga, but he was also very calm as well when he stepped into that All Blacks jersey. Like, most of the flair was coming when he was playing for the Satyrs. So I think maybe, I don't know, you can't tell players of that standard what to do.
It's the little things. Like, prime example, you make that break and we throw the flick pass to no one.
Yeah.
That probably was, and I think if he looks back at it, he's probably going, what was I thinking? And people remember those moments. Yeah. Everyone's going to remember he threw the forward pass to Will Jordan. Yeah. Even though it was unreal for even to create that, but you start getting sort of a lot of those negatives adding up. People start getting on your case a bit. People are asking for him to be removed from the 10 jersey. The pressure's on, and he could be someone that drops back to the bench and can give us that spark in that last 20. We know how explosive he is, and whether that's the last 20 at 15, whether it's the last 20 at 10, could really give us that impact when he's off the bench. But the real question is still who goes to 10, because I don't think Bodie's been outstanding this year.
Well,
no, definitely
isn't
not.
Who you got? Like, is Plummer too early to throw him in there? Or do you reckon he gets a chance?
Plummer's 25.
Yeah.
One thing Plummer's got over all our 10s in New Zealand, he's our best defensive 10, which does help. And if the going get tough, he's played a little bit of 12 that he can carry and get us back on that front foot and let the forwards go to work. So maybe we do give him a chance, maybe we don't. But
maybe that is what we need, a bit more of a steady head.
Yeah, and
got
put
a big
D-Mac
left
to
boot.
15 or Jordan stay there?
I think Jordan's got to stay there.
Yeah, and then Bodie and D-Mac potentially fighting out for the bench.
Yeah, fuck. That's
I feel like they'll move Geordie to the wing.
crikey.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, wild times. Wally front, who impressed you? Any game breakers that caught your eye? McRae again.
Someone that hasn't played in a few weeks was probably the best one.
Didn't miss the beat, did he?
Valentini was always good. It's just stock standard ones.
Yeah.
I thought Harry Wilson was hot and cold.
Yeah.
Did some good things, is really, really trying hard, but sometimes I think overplays a little bit. But no, I thought he is standing up in that leadership role quite well. Paisami was good in his first game back.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about our Wally backline. Do you think that's the best we've got? You happy at Noah at 10 still? Or
I think so.
It has to be.
Who else we got?
Yeah, you can't put Donaldson back.
Like, he was far from perfect in the weekend, but he's still our best, I think.
Liner, I don't even think's in the equation either. I think Noah's your best option. You got to persist with him, and we've talked about it. The forward pack is not often going forward, and he actually looks good when it's going forward. But it's for the players around him to also help. Like as I said about the lead runners.
Yeah.
If you're doing nothing and not doing your role, you're stitching up your 10, and that's happening a lot at the moment.
Yeah, 100%.
Paisami and Ikitau, they're our best options at 12.
Yeah. I want to see Paisami step up a bit more though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like from the form that he had in the Red season, he did get injured towards the end, right? Yeah, but I think that's where the point of difference sort of needs to come from. They get the go forward from him, and then that forward pack can roll around. Like they can work hard. Ballatini he seems like the only one that's physical at the moment. But yeah, that the addition of Mick Wright.
Yeah, he is.
Without him, it's a different team, like 100%.
He's unreal. Anyway, so we'll move on to the second game of the weekend, an upset as well. Argentina 29, South Africa 28. South Africa started strongly, 17-0, but Argentina fought away back. What a win.
What a stadium.
Yeah, cool venue, eh?
Very cool venue. I think it's the first time they've played each other at that stadium.
Yeah.
Like it just looked like a great atmosphere, and I think that sort of helped the Argies sort of get through that game. 2 different halves. Like obviously the first half, a lot of points. Argentina fought their way back into. I think they scored 4 tries in the last 20 minutes of the first half.
26-22 at half time.
Yeah, so it was 17-0 and then it was 26-22, but then the final score was 29-28.
I could not believe it.
Yeah.
I could not believe it. They've now beaten everyone.
Yeah.
They
could, they've got to work to, but they could win the whole rugby championship.
Really?
They need to win by a bonus point this week and not let Springboks get a point.
Oh.
So it's doable, but...
What, like a point?
As in like losing bonus points. That sort of
imagine that.
Yeah.
I'm getting behind it.
Bloody oath. But Lebok had a chance to win it, and a kick that we would pick him to kick 10 out of 10 times, but...
I think we can't sit here and forget that South Africa rested a lot of their top players.
10.
So, yeah.
Changes.
It wasn't the top South African side.
Yeah.
Still, though.
Still a great win, and we have high standards. I don't see how them losing by 1 point knocked them off the number 1 ranking in the world.
Who's number 1 now?
Ireland.
Really?
Yeah, what? And that's my issue with the world rank. Ireland have not played since... I know they beat South Africa. They were split at 1-1.
It's 1-1, yeah. That's ridiculous,
It's
really.
also a team that came knocked out of the quarters.
Yeah.
And they won the Six Nations. That's great. But they haven't played rugby now in 3 months. Like, how can we warrant them jumping a team?
Really? I didn't realise. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Does it count as, like, if a lower grade team beats you, does that take more points off? Oh, so that's why.
So Australia's actually jumped to double digits.
Really?
Are we?
Yep, because Fiji smoked Japan. Fiji's jumped them, so Australia's now ranked 10th in the world.
Nice. Yeah, good guys. Shit, yeah. Fuck. Anyway, so but good with Argentina, good for the game that Australia was competitive in Argentina. Like, it's good.
Oh, 100%. Competitive rugby is what rugby needs to, stay afloat.
Right. I agree. Let's talk about that. Fiji over Japan, 41-17, taking the Pacific Nations Cup. Caleb Muntz was the star of the show. He's carving up at 10. Did we see much of this at all?
O'Reilly looked like a great game. Good try. Scored good individual try, but Fiji was just too big, too strong, and too dominant. Like, it never felt like Japan were actually in that game.
No.
It come a try off individual brilliance, but there wasn't much going on there. I think Fiji, and that wasn't even Fiji's top side.
No, Stuart.
There was a lot of players missing that are still playing over in the French comp that's just
Top
kicked
14.
back off. Top 14.
How long till this new format comes in? Where is it when their tier 2s will start moving up and it's like
Is it for the rugby championship or
just in general? When aren't they going to make that?
Yeah, a few years still.
I think it was like 27 or something.
Yeah.
No, that's
Because I want to see Fiji versus tier 1 nations like
regularly. Yeah, I agree.
And we'll be able to see how good they can be.
I agree. Good chat. We'll talk about, obviously we haven't got teams. I think we'll do a quick preview of what we think for this weekend. So the opening markers have come out. New Zealand $1.06, Australia $7. In Wellington, the line's 18.5 currently. We spoke about what team changes on the All Blacks front. What do you think Australia would do? Just hit and stick?
Hit and stick.
Yeah.
Unless someone's coming back from injury that I can't think of, I think Wallabies keep their team this week.
Yep. How do we see it playing out?
I can't see it being as close as this week.
Okay, you reckon it'll
But it's well, I'd say that every week with the All Blacks, like we was being like, they're gonna bounce back. They're gonna bounce back. They haven't yet.
obviously haven't won a game in Wellington in 5
Yeah,
years.
that's the other bit
fuck
that
it. I'm
scares
calling
me.
like close. What is the line?
18.5
Yeah,
points.
that's high.
Oh,
line.
yeah.
A lot of points. Australia's paying $7 if you're worth a sprinkle.
Nah, not that much. I think New Zealand gets it done.
Chuck a tenner on it.
Yeah.
I think we'll see a different New Zealand in the last 20.
Yeah.
I think that's when we might see us turn it on a
Reckon
bit.
it'll spin.
I fucking hope
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
It'll be real interesting. I think there's a lot of pressure on the All Blacks.
Mm.
I think they do make a couple of changes. I think it's time to give young people a go. Bit that scares me is we look at the Rugby Championship. The Super Rugby, Australia and New Zealand are at the bottom of the Rugby Championship now. I don't know the last time or if that's ever happened.
Mm.
So it's a bit of a worrying sort of sight, something to see, and maybe the Super Rugby format isn't the way moving forward. But yeah, it'll be real interesting to see how the next sort of 12 months plays out.
So much drama in rugby at the moment.
Drama everywhere.
Oh, bro, especially Australia and New
Yeah,
Zealand.
it's always negative.
all problems, no solutions.
Yeah, well, yeah. Right. We've got no money this, we're losing.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
The players are going overseas.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
get-
we don't want them back now.
Give me some good news, please.
Fucking hell.
It's tough. Anyway, so yeah, I reckon Australia will get within that number, I think. That'll change a lot when teams come out, but I'd get on Aussie cover, hopefully.
Yeah, I think Aussie cover 18 is a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of points.
That's quite
100%.
high.
That's just basically on them, New
I
Zealand
could still
bounce back.
see it being like 38-20.
Yeah, take the over. High score,
Yeah.
I reckon.
I think 38-20, and that's within the 18. But like, for it to say it's going to be like 46-15 or something, I just
Yeah.
can't see that happening.
Yeah, we'll see. Obviously, South Africa, $1.05. Argentina, $8.50. The line's 19.5
10 on that. Chuck 10 on that.
on the Argies.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Load up on Aussies and Argies.
They're back in South Africa.
Yeah. So
Are they playing? Oh, but you don't have the team list. I'm sure that they'll
they'll
try
be back
to
to
win
the
those.
full noise.
Yeah.
South Africa to cover that line.
So
Yeah.
it spanked them, bounce back.
Yeah, I just think they're going to be a different team. They'll have a look at what they did well in that first 10 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they'll come down that channel
Yep.
very early.
Yeah,
Have you seen the doco?
the box one?
Yeah.
No.
Man, I've seen most of it.
What's it on?
I don't know. I haven't
I
seen
think it's
it.
on YouTube. Oh, all the shorts are on YouTube.
Sure.
I've
Is
seen
it about-
heaps a little
is it
bit.
about
Oh, yeah, I've
World
seen the
Cup?
little bits as well.
Yeah, it's good.
Right, okay.
So the bit where Razzie is like, you don't fucking care enough.
Is it in the sheds and stuff with the World Cup final?
Yep.
Is it that access?
It's like the whole
Really?
different moments in the World Cup. They talk
cool.
about. They break down the scrum from the mark was one thing they talk about. They talk about Cheslin's charge down.
Oh, yeah.
And he
Sick.
talks about, I've watched this routine 1,000 times at club footy
Yeah.
that I know is like 5 steps to the side.
Fuck, that's good.
He takes about a minute, then he takes a little step back, like whatever it is, and then he took off and gets it done. It's actually really well done.
That is cool. I'll check that out. Yeah, so that is... Yeah, this is the final round too. It's done after this,
The
obviously.
championship.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about a bit of rugby league, boys. The finals of the weekend. Cowboys got defeated by the Sharks, too good, and then Roosters spanked Manly. You boys enjoy your league. What do we make of this?
The top 4 teams are a lot better than the bottom, the rest of the comp.
Yeah.
And the scary part is the top 2 teams are a lot better than the rest of the comp again.
Yeah.
Like you look at Roosters and Sharks, both got spanked last week,
Yeah.
and then they come back and spank the 2 guys coming up from the bottom 8. Do we see a Roosters or Sharks upsetting a Penrith or Storm?
No,
Or
I don't.
I think if anyone's to do it, the Roosters could potentially. They have the pack for it.
I just think without Smith and
They're missing Sam Walker.
Sam Walker,
yeah.
like,
Nah.
it's a hard ass to
Never
beat the
mind.
Storm.
Down there?
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll be in
I
assuming
think-
it's
I
in
think-
Melbourne.
I think it is, yeah. Yeah, tough. Yeah, so do you see Sully's looking good too? Looking forward to getting him over, Union?
Bro, did you see that they got like a rap group?
What?
Yep, I've seen that.
Lee, Joey Manu.
What?
They've got a Roosters rap group.
Yeah, right. About
and
to lose
they're
two of them.
releasing a 20 song track or something.
You're kidding. Is it any good? Have you heard any
Bars.
stuff?
I don't know.
No, I don't know if we want to listen to
Yeah,
it.
okay. The fuck. The boys getting it
Could be
done.
crack up.
Could be a whole rap about why he signed with the Wallabies.
Yeah. And Manu's going to Japan, eh?
Yeah.
He's done.
The rugby boys.
He mentioned the sort of goal of maybe being an All Black one day.
We'll
But-
have him.
But
Issue is-
didn't he say he had no interest in playing Super Rugby?
Yeah, he didn't want. He had no interest in playing Super Rugby,
Yeah,
though,
in
so
New
he'll
Zealand.
never play for the All Blacks, unfortunately.
Yeah, he wants to just go get that cash, go get the yen in Japan. So yeah, we all agree Storm Panthers too good this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon they'll get it done.
And what a final that will be! It's a great
I
story.
reckon it should
Consider
be. Yeah,
the first one that the Penrith lost was against the Storm.
Bro, if they win again,
4 in a row.
I reckon Storm will win it, personally.
do you reckon?
Yeah, I like Storm to win it, personally.
So do I.
But there's Cleary.
I think there's spine,
Yeah.
but the way Cleary played 2 weeks ago,
bro.
if he comes back and plays like that, it'll be interesting grand final because that's the end of the story. Can they win 4 in a row?
It's nuts, isn't it? Nuts. Anyway, we'll see. What else I got here? Bit of NFL today, boys.
Yeah.
Underdogs is winning everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You can't bet on it. It's too hard to bet on.
Well, I went
so
pretty
hard to
like,
bet
yeah,
on.
we can, mate. Panthers got to win.
Texans got pumped.
Yeah, who they lost to?
Minnesota, mate, they're 3-0.
Vikings. Yeah,
Minnesota's D is like the best D in the comp right now. They're
looking good.
keeping every team. I think their average is like 8 points a game.
You know.
And you got Jetters on the other side. You're bound to score points.
Bears lost. Caleb Williams thinks he's playing college football. He just runs around the pocket for fucking
He's got
ages.
no assistants though.
Yeah,
To
I
be
know.
fair,
but
the line
sometimes
is ridiculous.
Yeah,
He
I know.
has to.
Oh, there is a photo of the whole O line
Yeah.
laying down and like a pivotal moment of the game.
And
they must have gone to block and they all just fell over and the whole fucking defensive line has come through.
Whole Colts line has come through, and you could see Caleb Williams just running, and you're like,
Yeah, it's not good.
It's so rough.
Who's standing out? Any teams you liking early on?
I was thinking that the Texans were going to be contenders, but after getting pumped, not
I think
too
they
sure.
still will be, but
Jets.
nah.
You don't reckon?
if A-Rod can stay fit the whole year,
Bro, he looked good
yeah,
on Thursday.
I don't know about but it was also against the Patriots. Like, I don't feel like you're going to beat teams only like they're struggling to score. 24 against the Patriots. I know it's a good D, but if the Patriots could score points, could have been a different story
True.
in that game. Like, can you see the Jets outscoring the Chiefs?
no.
Yeah. Even the Texans in that matter. I don't know what was wrong with the Texans this morning though.
Yeah, they got spanked. What else? I'm trying to other big results.
She Rice has like ruined my fantasy, and he should be in jail.
Your fantasy's not going good.
Well, no, it was. I was like projected to win, and then he just fucking got 30 points. He got targeted 14 times, I'm pretty sure.
Tough.
Yeah. And Mahomes is like notorious for like just throwing it anywhere.
Because he is.
Yeah. It'd be
That's tough.
interesting.
Yeah.
The Niners go down again.
Who?
The Niners.
Yeah.
They look like they had that game in the
They were
bag.
up like 24-6.
Against the Rams without Cup or Luka.
27-24.
I know they didn't have Debo, Kittle,
Debo,
McCaffrey.
my boy, also injured. Bro, being a fantasy manager at the moment is tough as.
Yeah.
There are so many injuries.
Not good. On the college front, Tennessee looking good.
Yeah,
over
they moved up the
Oklahoma.
rankings.
Yeah, Texas is number 1.
Texas still won.
Um,
You got to feel for the top 3 because none of them have lost, but they just randomly. rank it.
Ohio State played no one.
Yeah, but we haven't had no one come close to us either.
I'm just saying, you're just playing.
Georgia almost lost. We didn't.
Yeah, but they played Kentucky. You played Marshall on the weekend.
Kentucky aren't even ranked.
Yeah, but can't get them. They're better than who you guys have played.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying it was interesting to see. Could Georgia play Alabama this weekend too?
we've had like 14 points scored against us in 3 games.
Exactly. You're playing peanuts.
Can't help that our D's that good and our attack's even better.
Oh, but that Smith guy's gone, eh?
He's killing it.
Yeah, he's so good.
Mate, we've got the best 2 running backs going around at the moment too. They're scoring touchdowns at will.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, wait, there's a running back at the Panthers that was drafted. First running back of the draft. How good is he?
Who is
Well,
he? Do you know
considering I haven't watched the Panthers yet, I can't tell you.
what do you know his name?
He's from college, obviously.
What college? Do you know?
I'm going to find it.
Okay.
Go, you just keep talking about something else. I'm going to find this shit.
Yeah, thanks, Free. But yeah, it's just who's Texas?
Texas looked the goods.
Yeah,
Thought Arch Manning was okay in his debut.
yeah.
I don't think there's too much to write home about. Like the 2 picks, obviously, are huge. But I think college football's been a lot better to watch than the NFL recently.
I love it. Just the best.
I think with the NFL, I think the stat came out in the first 2 weeks last year. There's like 150 touchdowns. This year there was like 85.
Really down.
And I think it's the D's finally starting to catch up to the offense around how all the laws have changed. And you're sort of starting to shut down. You're getting those lower scoring games, which I think makes it a lot harder to bet on because the yards and everything's down too. And
It's very hard to bet on. That's what makes it so good, I guess.
yeah, so
Well, no, we're not an AFL program, but the Brisbane Lions, that's exciting for Queensland in the
I've
grand
got
final.
no idea what you're talking about.
You know the AFL, they kick the ball. And
Yeah, I know the AFL. I didn't even know the Brisbane Lions.
Yeah, they
were in-
won. They're in the grand final against the Swans.
There you go. Did not know that.
On Saturday. So, up
What?
the Lions. Yeah,
Lions?
in the grand final.
Fucking oath.
Queenslanders.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
bro.
back him.
I'll go for New South Wales.
Of course you do. The Swans are in. Sydney Swans.
Oh yeah.
No Melbourne team.
I don't watch any AFL at
Me
all.
neither.
Does that mean Melbourne's going to be packed this weekend? Everyone's going to jump on the rugby league bandwagon?
Well, yeah, true. Hope so. Also, random Mac Greeley, the Force.
Yeah,
Are they
what?
going to sign him?
Have I not said? He's on a training trial.
Oh
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, he's on there.
So if he plays well in this tour, I think he'll be.
They'll sign him, surely.
What is this thing going on at the moment?
They're going to South Africa for a 3-game tour.
Oh,
Spring
it's gone.
spring tour thing. But yeah, it's pretty much
Fuck,
all
Australia must have some money.
No,
Everyone's going
hang on.
everywhere.
Well, the Force got money. Twiggy Forest.
Force have a lot of money.
Okay,
Twig
Reds
Forest.
are going to Japan, aren't they?
Reds have got a bit of money because they got juniors. and
Reds is the
stuff.
highest profiting team in
But
Queensland, in Australia.
Reds have a Japan link
Yeah.
with
Panasonic,
Panasonic.
is it?
So I wouldn't be surprised if Panasonic help out a bit with that. Reds are also going to England though with Bristol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Jan. It's
But
good.
you don't see the Tars going anywhere.
No, they're going nowhere.
And Canberra's not going anywhere.
No. But yeah, that's all I've got, boys, on my list. Anything else from you guys?
No, I can't really think of anything sport-wise that happened on the
neither.
weekend.
It's
There
been.
was no fighting. Oh, Anthony Joshua got
I saw he
beaten.
lost, didn't he?
KO'd. Go sleep.
Yeah, wasn't he ahead?
Bit of a-
Was he your favourite?
heavy favourite.
Crikey,
Massive
you should have
upset.
seen that hit.
What's going on there?
He lost.
Thanks.
I didn't watch the fight.
So he just got slit.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
just,
right.
It looked like
Sometimes.
he was winning the exchange and then boom, straight on the button.
Later.
Drop down.
Jeez.
No, he got
Crikey.
back up from that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was decision. I'm sure it was a decision win.
Real? Oh, true. The more
So
you know, the more
got
you know.
outboxed.
Fuck, not much going on this week, eh?
Yeah, it was
Just a bit
rugby.
of Bledisloe Cup, man. It's not much.
Everything's
Quiet.
dying off. NRL dub finals coming up.
Yep. And
I
on
actually don't know
top,
who's in the finals.
Australia,
No, I feel bad.
Australia lost to Wales in the women. Wallaroos
Damn.
again.
They be losing.
A lot.
For real.
So then they play that WXV2 starts this weekend and
Yeah.
to make the World Cup, and they play Wales again. So they should, I don't know.
To make the World Cup.
They haven't made it yet.
Oh, my goodness.
They should make it. I think the top two go through. Or something.
Surely.
I hope they make it. That's just not good if they don't. Because I know they beat Fiji and stuff, but they haven't really had a
We should
big
be
win in a
miles ahead of-
long time.
Yeah. Not good. Anyway, boys, that's all I've got. Bledisloe Cup this weekend. We'll see how that pans out. Anything in your personal lives coming up? Bit of sevens.
Oh, yeah. Sevens.
You training, playing?
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
Got my coach here.
Apparently
Oh,
I'm
Coach
coaching.
Tyler.
Found out before.
Nice, congratulations.
Got to get through those Maldives first, and then
Oh yeah, when is that?
12th of October. There's no tournament on that week, so I'll do the Fiji day on the 5th of October, I think it is,
Something
and
like that, yeah.
go away for a week, play a comp, and then come back and
You're a good coach, mate.
mate, it's going to be self coach. They're going to coach themselves. I'm just there for guidance.
Yeah, that's what you need to do.
Player led.
I like it. It's good. All right, we'll see you next week, hopefully. Later. Bye.
Get rid of the sternum roll.